You can't see me because I'm super teeny tiny because I'm driving the ship, but we are back here with some more Astraeos. And we are sailing off to the Ovis Island. So I want to go there first because there was a bunch of crystal there. At least I saw crystal there. And I also want to get some Ovis little babies because today I think I want to set up my greenhouse. I think that's what we're going to do first. So if we set up the greenhouse first, we'll get some crops and stuff. Now, I'm sure there's crops probably somewhere on this map, but I have no clue where they are at. And I still can't fly, even though I'll probably get it in a couple levels when I finish building the house and everything like that. But I figured as soon as we get crops going, we can get kibble going and all kinds of fancy stuff like that. And it's always good to get your crops down first. And I don't want to just put them down and just have them out there all willy-nilly and stuff. We're going to build something nice today. So I'm heading over to this island, and there again. I've been here before, and there's nothing bad here except Corrali. Corrali's at the top, but we're not going to deal with Corrali today. We're just going to try and see if we can find some Ovis babies and get ourselves some sheep. Ah, yes, the golden sheep is still over there, but we're gonna get some of this crystal first because we're going to need a lot of it to build some greenhouse pieces. Now, this isn't it is not too hard to do. We don't need a ton of greenhouse pieces. We just need some crystal and stuff. I'm just gonna plop it all in the smithy here. There was a couple nodes like that, so I'll just try to harvest as much as I can. I don't think that'll be enough to do what we need to do. So yeah, I'm gonna harvest the whole island of all the crystal that I see, but I do want to take these kids, so let's bring Captain Stompy over here. Maybe we can find out who got the kids. You got the kids? No, not the golden Ovis. You don't got the kids because you're special. It's the golden girl. Let's see here. I don't know why I'm looking at horses again. You gotta stop, Phoenix. You gotta stop. I do this all the time. I'm like, I'll spend 27 years trying to get something, and then I get the thing, and then I keep looking for more of the thing. And it's like, why should I torment myself so? Now, there were a bunch of kids on this island. Tell me there's no kids on this island now. They're all probably protected by Corrali. We're going to have to go and face Corrali again. What are you doing? Look at me. Look at me looking at it at 15. Man, you can roll up on the Equis now. But where'd those kids go? Did they drown? I hope they didn't. Because I want to bring them home with me. I should have grabbed them. I should have grabbed them when we saw them before. You can't tell me this is the only Ovis now, just because I'm looking. All right, let's maybe they grew up. maybe they grew up and flew very far away from here. Are you an Ovis with kids? You are an Ovis with kids. And there's one baby? That's one baby. That's two babies. Here we go. Boy and a girl. That's perfect. Okay. We're gonna do a little incest action here, but we got a regular spear. I don't know if we're gonna be able to deal with this. Alright. Should be able to take care of you, no problem. Hopefully you got Corrali. Okay. Let's claim these kids. Come here, kids. Come here, kids. Alright, that's one. Where'd the other one go? Heard it. This doesn't work unless I have your brother. Where are you at? Where's it at? Okay, that kid was right here, unless the mom fell on it. Did you fall on them? Can't even pick you up. No. Where's the other one? And did you just make a noise? Why am I having such trouble with the Ovis here? Okay, we're gonna bring this one back, or at the very least, you know what? We'll leave you over here with Captain Stompy. Come over here, so then I can feed you some berries. Come over here, little kid. Maybe I'll find your brother? barely access you. Oh, you are the brother. The sister's gone. She said I want no part of that action. Man, this thing is so slow. I don't know how she ran away so fast. Oh, I found you. Yeah. All right. He was almost near the boat. Yeah. All right, let's bring you over here. I did collect some more crystals, so like I said, I'm going to harvest the rest of this island, all the crystal that I see, and then we're going to bring these sheep back and we get started on our stuff. Like Noah on the Ark. Okay, so we're back at the place where we want to build at, and I got the stego here, and what we need to do is we need to clear this whole area out. Now, some of this stuff might actually respawn, but I'm thinking, at first I kind of wanted to put my greenhouse up there. Now I'm thinking maybe it should go here. I don't know. But either way, I got to start clearing some stuff out. So we got to make sure we have the right, that hardened plate, so we can get this wood. There we go. So we have a couple different modes on a stego, and it's pretty cool. You could change the modes with C on PC, and it'll give you different thingies. So if you press the hardened plate here, that should be for wood and thatch. So good for trees. And then you have the heavy plate here. And that gets some berries. I forget what else that gets. It gets something else. But the sharpened plate is better at getting the berries and stuff. So see how many more berries I got. So it's been a minute since I used a stego in all the different plates, but the heavy plate makes it so you cast slow. I say cast. I play a lot of RPGs. So, yeah, heavy plate does the slow on an attacker. So there's a Dilo here. Maybe we can do heavy hits on this guy. Come over here, Dilo. I don't want to hit too many of these trees because I want to try and get as much wood as I can. But we're going to get a combination of wood and thatch no matter what we do here. Pop. Did you get slowed? You did! You got slow. Look how slow they are. Slow Dilo. Bop. Done. Alright, that was the only enemy up here I conquered. Conquered the hill here. But yeah, let me finish... Oh, the baby. Get out of here. Okay. Let me finish clearing off the rest of this, and then we'll see what we have to work with. So I cleared out a bit of an area. I'm not going to clear out all that stuff over there. We'll get there when we get there. But I got some resources up in those boxes there, and I already made some pieces. Now, I am going to build here. I think I keep... Oh, these rocks need to go. They need to go. But that side looks okay, but I think what I'll do, like, if I do decide to do the plans with the bridge and everything like that, we're gonna have the bridge there, columns, I don't know, monument maybe, or something. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing yet, but for now, just the greenhouse. So I think I'm going to start here, and we are going to just kind of put this down. I'm like trying to eyeball it up because I want to make it kind of circular, but then put it at least 2 out. So if we were coming, you know, if we're coming in right here, I'll put this kind of at the high point of it. Now, if it looks like poop, we can just kind of do it again. And we're going to start off with a circle. Now, I'm building out of wood since it really doesn't matter, since I'm going to skin the whole thing. Put the triangle down, and then we're going to do all the squares here like that. Fill it in with the triangles. Pretty easy. This might give it different shapes because of the triangles. I'm not sure exactly yet, but we'll find out when we find out. And then I'm going to go one more. So we're going to go on the triangles here. It looks like we can only do it that way. Okay, it's horizontal. Or do I want to do this? Let's actually see what the skin looks like first. So put the skin down. Okay, we got these skins like this. These skins like that. That's the first one. I have the skin settings. Oh, okay. So I guess that other little thing doesn't even matter? Wait a minute. I swear in the other episode this worked, right? Maybe it's just for other stuff. Yeah, like I don't have it. I don't have it at all. Okay, guess we're only building it out of the first one. That makes it easy for us. Let's put that back down. And then there's variants here where we can change to flower or default. Okay, so we only got the 2. So it really doesn't matter then if we put the... Like if I put the block this way, I put that down and then we do the skin, it really isn't going to matter because it's a square regardless. Okay, all right, that's good to know. So I'm going to do that. We're going to put this... Why is that like that? Some of them are sideways and some of them are not. Iggy. This is already looking like a mess. Let me lift this guy up. All right, let me do it how originally I was going to do it. So yeah, we started off with our 6 triangles here. Then we do every other one on the second row. And then I'm going to put this on the triangle because usually I put this on the triangles here. The next one's on the triangles. Please work. Yes. Okay, you're going to do that, aren't you? All right, I'm going to need another one to do this kind of thing. Or maybe a ceiling. All right, that's going to be difficult to me, so I'm going to need to get a ceiling piece for that one. That's okay. I might need to get a ceiling piece for this one. Nope, don't. Okay, so all the triangles. There we go. And then put actual triangles in here, so just like that. And what I'm hoping this does is it gives me 2 to work with. Because I want to use some gates. Yeah, I need actual, like, ceiling pieces here. So we're going to have to use some pillars and things like that. But that's okay. Okay, so we're going to go with our ceiling pieces. Actually, I might not even need pillars under this. It should probably be okay. And then I got a square ceiling piece. So the way that it looks right now, we got 6 triangle pieces here. And then we got 6 triangle pieces and 6 squares on the next row, and it's every other one. And then we do 3 triangles and a square, 3 triangles and a square, and then we have this circle here. And so what the goal is to have pillars, like actual like gateways, to go on the top here. If I want it to come up this way, I did have some ramps as well, and then we're going to put those down and change those to stairs. Okay, cool. All right, that should be good. Unless I want to build it off the side here, which I don't think I want to build the actual stair. Nah, I don't want to build the stairs off that way. Okay, so I'll probably just put walls down in here to just cover this up here. But, yeah. So now I'm just going to skin everything. And that's what the stairs look like. So the stairs are fancy. Oh, we can remove the skin, so it doesn't have a variant. Let's see. This is structure variant 2, which looks just like 1, it looks like. And then this is structure variant 3, which can only be placed on the tile structure sets. So it doesn't look like it can be placed on any of these. Can it be placed on this? No. Alright, what does this look like if I do it this way? They look the same. Am I missing something here? I might be missing something here. Oh, that's where we're at. Okay, so the bricks are... It's not super different. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This third one doesn't seem to do anything here. So the second one has this other pattern on the side here, which I kind of like more, this little like filigree kind of stuff. So I don't know if, you know what, I need to craft a wall to see if this is going to be a problem with my bricks and stuff. Okay, here's with the wall. Let's see, the first one looks like this, which that looks nothing like what I just did. And then this one looks like this. Second one looks like that. Oh, that's definitely a problem. That kind of messes up my whole brick and stuff. I kind of need an actual foundation to be here. Yeah. Or I could just not pay attention to that at all. But I did notice a difference between the stairs here. So the one has the pattern here, like the little flowers and stuff like that. And then this one has just the regular brick. So I think I want to go with the brick here, which isn't that one apparently. Isn't that one? I need to move these things around because I'm like getting confused here. Okay, so this is the second one and stuff. So let me move all these things around. I was just getting worried because I didn't want this to happen again. Or I couldn't use the... Alright. So let me try and figure out like what I need to actually do for this here. Make this tile structure set. So I think what I can do to kind of avoid this whole thing and not having to do the whole thing is we'll do the structure skin 3, which I think we can change this. Okay, so we can flip it to this or this. And then what I'll do is I'll do the same thing on the other side of the stairs. Okay, regular ceiling, then wood wall. And then that should make this the same as this over here. We're going to have to put some more stuff there. We'll worry about that later. And then this will be... Oh, not a 3. This will be... Do we want to? Huh. Now this is changing my whole life because I feel like... Why is it... Oh, okay, that's the ceiling. That's why. The ceiling gives that pattern. So I was just like, that'd be kind of cool. We use this for the garden. But no. We're going to do the first pattern. Keep it simple. And then we're going to do the third pattern for this one. There we go. So then we have that. And then we have that one over there on the side. So then it kind of looks even. And then even though it's going to change into other stuff, which we're changing this to this here. Like that. That's going to go do its thing like that. Okay, cool. And then what I'll do is I'll probably use some kind of pillar thingy to cover that up, just so we have something a little bit different. All right, so this is the first part of our build. It's the foundation. It took a minute, but I'm getting it. I'm not used to too many of the skins. Like even like the older skins, which I mean aren't really that old anymore, but like all the different Bob's Tall Tale skins and stuff like that, I'm still not used to those things. So what I want to do next is I want to build like a gate, and I think that I'm just going to put gates at each one of these because we have 2 here, and then yeah, I think that'll look nice. So how many do I need? I need 1, 2, probably 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Called it. Okay, so let me make 6 gates. I do have stone and wood. It really doesn't matter what I make these out of, just because we're skinning everything anyway. Like, I'm going to keep it with, like, the Astraeos skins and the theme and stuff. So, even with the gate, if we do a stone gateway, it'll actually give us more points, which we're almost all the way to where we need to be to make some greenhouse stuff. So, where's that at? Oh, level 40. We're at level 40. So, yeah, I want to make some gates, so let me make the gates. So, now I'm going to put my wood gates here. Now, you could do these out of stone too. Like, I haven't seen anything bad here, so I think I can just build out of wood. It just is cheaper for me right now. Like, there's a lot of stone and stuff, but it's just easier for me to gather wood with the stego and everything like that. But pretty much everywhere there's these triangles here, there's a point for like 2 doorways, I suppose. And I'm just plopping them there like that. So we're going to do this and then see what this looks like. It's going to be a little annoying trying to get these snap points, but come on. Why are you being so difficult? Okay, there it is. So the other snap point, and then boom. All right, so we got 6 archways all the way around. Now, what I think I want to do is in the center here, I think I want to put actual wood walls on everything here, which I feel like kind of takes away. I'm just worried about the top here of putting a ceiling on stuff, so that might be an issue. So what I'm gonna do Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change all these with the skins. Now, there's a couple different skins. This is the first skin. Here, looks like this. And the second skin... Do we have a second skin for this? No. Do we have a third skin for this? No. Okay, so we only have to worry about the first skin. Now, do I want... No, I like that on the outside. I like this more detail and stuff on the outside here. All right. Now, I might have to fix these a little bit later. Like I said before, I'm going to have to pull down pillars all the way down. So we're just going to skin the rest of these. You know what I could do is I could build the wall in the center. Okay, so I take this whole hexagon shape here. I'll just do like this. But what we can do is we can make it so it's a little room for something. Maybe even put a door here as well. And then the rest will be regular walls here. I don't know. I might do the double depending on what it looks like. I gotta like see and stuff. Experiencing some weird stuff going on. Yeah, because it wants to flip weird. Okay, so I'll put regular walls around this whole thing here. Then I want to see what the skin looks like on this whole thing here. So that could look kind of cool. Make it like that. I wonder what it looks like with the double door though. So I have this little area here, you come in, then maybe we put like the preserving bin, maybe the, I don't know, the fertilizer. We could put something here. This could be a little room, but at the same time, we'll build the tower up to meet with that stuff, so then we can actually build a ceiling on this thing. I think I like the regular doorway more than the doorway that goes all the way up top. So we're going to remove this. We're going to change that to a regular door. Just like that, and then skin it. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to be more decorative, I could use the third piece. This is the third skin. So this is the first skin. I don't really like the second skin too much. And then this could be the third skin and we do the decorative pieces. Yeah, I think I might do that. The third skin all the way around. All right, nice. It's looking nice. Okay, cool. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some walls up here, but I'm kind of interested to see what the windows will look like. So maybe I'll stick a window here and then like that. That could be nice. So we either do it like that or second skin. And then I don't need a whole thing of windows. I think we're just going to kind of alternate. So I'll just put them basically on the sides where the doors aren't. Yeah, I guess we do it like that. We'll just have them on those two angles, and then we'll do regular wall here, and regular wall on the other door here. And that was all second wall stuff. Guess we can do second wall here as well. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. I might want to do something to fix this here. There might be some other pillars I might have to stick there to actually like fix those corners a little bit, but it's not the worst thing. I mean, it's at that point, it's just kind of being picky, you know, just to add a little bit more like aesthetics. So the next wall up or the next row up is all going to be the second skin. We're going to do that all the way around, and then I'm going to do the third skin all the way up at the top. That's everything here. We're going to need some pillars, so I'm going to have to get some of those too. Oh, it's out of placement range. Come on. It's going to be a little annoying trying to get this all the way around, but I'm standing on this Stego right now. I don't even think this Stego will fit in here. Oh, you will. Okay. So we'll just do that on the one side and then the other side. Now, I could potentially put a ladder in here. I don't really know. I don't need a lot of space, honestly, to do what I'm going to do. So this is just more for decorative and just so we have a support for the roof. All right, so this is kind of what we're looking at right now. We got all the columns around, and then we got this little pillar in the middle. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get pillars to go down here. Ooh, didn't mean to do that, but I need pillars to go down here, and then I'll need some pillars just for decorative bits to go up in the center. So I'm going to have to craft a bunch of those. All right, so I think I figured out what I wanted to do. I obviously want to fill in the hole here, so we're gonna either fill that in with railings or something, or maybe just a triangle piece or something like that. But this is a pillar here, and then that's the third skin, and then this is a thin pillar here with the second skin. So I think if we do the same thing on the other side, so I just put like a regular pillar here. Nope, not that one. There's so many different keys. Okay, this one, regular pillar, and I want it to face the same way as the gate. There is going to be a little overhang. I can't really do anything about that. I tried to move it a little bit, but it's just not going to work. So we're going to do that, and then that's the third skin. So then that takes care of the front, and it does come through a little bit, but I'm not really too worried about it. It just makes it look more ornate, and you know. We like that. We like that here. So we're going to put this here. Now, I can't find the other snap point. It says that there are other snap points, but I think that's only at the top. So it really doesn't matter anyway, because we're going to go to the thin one and then change it to the second skin. So the second skin gives it this like round texture that's almost the same as the middle of the pillars there. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. So we're gonna get the little guy. Where? Do you not want to do it? Oh no. I hate when it does stuff like this. It's like, sometimes you have to do one up top to get that snap point on the bottom there. And I might have to do it here too, but we can lift those back up once we are done. So we can pick that one up. It shouldn't mess that one up. There you go. Okay, and then we'll skin them. Boop. And boom. All right, I'm just going to continue that all the way around. So there we go. Now I got my pillars on the side. We got, it's a little bit not symmetrical, but that's okay. You know, I can't control some of the rocks popping through and things like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing in here, and we're going to have to run pillars all the way up. I might do a different pillar at the bottom. Let's see here. I don't think I want to do... maybe I could do that one. Or do I want to just run them like that? I might want to just run this all the way up to the top, so it kind of matches the outside there. And then that kind of takes care of our weirdness when it comes to the edges here. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer. That looks a lot cleaner. I mean, in some ways, the wood kind of looks nice in there, too. If you wanted to, like, break up the build and not just have it look all marbly and stuff, you could just break it up with the wood pieces here. And then I guess if you have the Bob's Tall Tales, then you could use the Frontier skins for a different wood texture as well, and that could be kind of cool. I figure while this is open, we can put down our crop plots now. So I'm just going to put them in these areas here, these 4 spots. These are the large crop plots. I could put some here, but... oh, wait. Actually, I didn't want to put that there. I did want to do that. Wait, let me pick that back up, because that's the doorway. So we could just put them like this and like that. So then we have 4 of them for each of our crops. And I mean, to be honest, that's all you really need. that's it. You'll need to build all this unless you're just trying to be fancy. So I figured to put them down so we can get some rain in there, because I took a look at my keratin chitin situation, and it's not good. I spent the remaining keratin that I had on a pteranodon saddle, because we need to get up and flying, and I just don't have any more to make cementing paste. So I'm going to need to farm that up a little bit. Either I can get lucky finding some beaver dams, or maybe some more trilobites, as it seems like all the trilobites on the island are now gone. So I'm gonna have to do that for a little bit, and then I can come back with some cementing paste so we can get this ceiling done, which is going to be glass. Just got some cementing paste out of that drop. That's kind of lucky. I need a lot more than that, but that'll at least make our tank. Oh, I found some beaver dams. Some beavers here. Weird thing out. Okay, out. All right. We got out. Okay, they got upset. But That should be enough to do our ceiling. I mean, there's another one over there, but I don't want to be messing around with beavers here. So this part of it, I have to use the Pteranodon to actually put these walls up, because I think I needed to go one more up, so then I can put the roof on to come down to these gates. Now, this is kind of a pain in the butt on a Pteranodon, but I think I'm in an okay spot that I can get all the spots that I need to get. Hopefully. Alright, I got all of them in, and now all I gotta do is skin it. So I was thinking of kind of maybe doing something like that on these areas where there's the one wall here. So basically it's just a wall with open doorway, and then I just put doors in there. These are actually thatched doors, and because it doesn't really matter. It's just something to cover up the space. And then I think I like, not that one, I think I like the second skin more here for the outside, and then it's the third skin for the doors here, because I feel like that looks a little bit gardenish, you know? I mean, this other door's nice too. Not this one. I gotta change my keys around again, but this one's kind of nice too. It's more open. I don't know. Might have to see once everything's in, but yeah, I think I do like it with that going on. But I've been waiting for some metal to smelt so I can make some greenhouse pieces, but I did put my irrigation in, and it's pretty simple. You just put the intake down by the water there, and then it shows you a little thingy, and then you could kind of just plop it right next to wherever you want irrigated. So all these crop plots right now are irrigated. This is the only one that has stuff going on, because this is the only one I had enough poop for. I have all these dinos with no poop. I don't understand what's going on. Alright, so I put some railings up in between the gates, and these are just wood railings, and then this is the second skin as well. So a lot of this build has had the second skin, and then we'll just put that right there. I think that looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. So that's what it looks like with all the skins in there, and I'll pretty much do that same thing around the whole build. So we have the walls that go up, and then the doorways, and then the railing on the side, and I'll do that all the way around. So now to do the roof, I'm going to make the whole thing all greenhouse stuff, but I think just to make it a little bit easier myself, I'm going to start in here first, and I want this to be open so then, you know, I can see. So we're going to put just the regular triangle, guys, and of course I can't get up there. Oh wait, I can! Alright, yes. Okay, I didn't have to do that. So that's all triangles, just like our center. Alright, cool. And then we'll take you. We'll head on up there. I'm going to be thirsty in a second, but that's okay. That's okay. You don't fall off. Okay, cool. Alright, now this one we have to match the next pattern. So in the next row of things, it would be the square. So I have this roof here, and then this roof here. All right, cool. So that makes it so it extends all the way down, and that looks pretty good there. All right, cool. So what I could do, oh no, don't do anything. Don't do anything. I don't even know what the button did. But I probably could do some stuff around the center, but I don't really need it right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see first, does this, oh, there's not a greenhouse one for this, is there? So it's either that, 3 doesn't have one, and then this doesn't have one either. So it's only this pattern. Oh, that kind of sucks. I was hoping for a nice fancy pattern. Then what else we got? Got this and this. So I guess if you wanted to, you could make it look like a regular roof and still get the 300% efficiency. I can think. So yeah, I guess you could do that if you really wanted to, and you wanted to make it like a thing like that. I could try that. I mean, I could try. Yeah, I just gotta fill in the rest of these, so it's kind of like every other one. I mean, that's what's cool about circular builds. You kind of can do the same thing around the whole thing over and over again. And then I'll have to use the special ones for the triangle corner ones to fill the rest of this in. Hopefully it doesn't give me a hard time. Like, I kind of like the glass more than the blue. Like, I do like the blue too, but I think that looks better for like a house situation instead of a greenhouse. But either way, I mean, if you just skin it, it's going to operate the same way and you're still going to get the efficiency. Yeah, it kind of feels like it needs something along the rim. I might do a ring around the inside just so I can put some railings or something to give it a little something extra on the outside there. All right, now we got a completely finished dome, and I think we're just about done. Like I said, I'm gonna try and do a little railing, something. It feels like it needs something else at the top, on top of those gates there, and I'm gonna run some ceilings there real quick. So I just gotta follow the same pattern that's on the ground here. So watch it be difficult for me. So now there's 1,000 different snap points. Are you going to be difficult? Why don't you just snap to the wall like you're supposed to? Oh, there it was. It was there. There we go. All right, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to do 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3. Might as well just do them on both sides. 2, 3. And then I think that'll still give us our efficiency here. Yeah, so we got 300% greenhouse effect. We're doing great. All this other stuff, even with the open doors, like I was afraid that maybe I would have to change these to greenhouse doors. So I guess it just depends on your build. I guess it just depends on how close and how tight you're doing everything. But as of right now, I do have 300% greenhouse effect. And that's just from that ceiling over here. But let me put the rest of these in here, so then I can put something fancy on the outside. So it seems like only this first skin is actually a skin for the ceiling, so we're just going to use that one then. But it gives this really cool pattern for this square here. Oh, such a pain in the butt to try and get here. Anyways, it's right there. It's this one right here. That's the first skin set. Alright, so we got the inside kind of looking like that. Which looks pretty nice. Alright, so we got it figured out. So what I did is, on the wall pieces here, I put 2 quarter walls up top, and then I put the first skin on it. Because I tried to put some stuff over the gates here, but it just doesn't work, and the greenhouse still pokes through. So I feel like if it was the roof skin, maybe that would look okay-ish, but I really want to keep the greenhouse top, just because it's like I spent so much time getting the resources for it. I don't want to hide it with the skin. I mean, there's going to be other builds that I'm going to do where I'm going to be using that and stuff, so, you know, we're not missing out. But yeah, so I just did that little bit on each wood area there, I guess, the lattice area, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the build is done now. Now, of course, there's always stuff you can add and change, and can I get out of your butt, please? Thank you. And like, because I thought about putting some pillars here, but I just kind of put these little ones here instead, and they seem to work out okay. But like, yeah, when we go in, I like the height on this, and I like this other little decorative area that we got going on, and now we got some crops too. We also have some crops. I don't have a lot of poop, but I'm working on it. The animals, the poop keeps going in the ground, and I can't grab it fast enough, I guess. So by the next episode, we will have some crops, but we got some seedlings going on, and we get the 300 greenhouse effect. These two in the back, they don't have anything. Now, all of this for 4 crop plots, but you know what? It looks cool. I think it looks cool. I like it. What you can do, though, if you were going to add more, is you can just stack them on top of each other. And if you wanted to do different variants, well, that's not in this build. So, I mean, you would have to build something a little bit different. Maybe you could put the plots here on each of the squares here, and that would give you 4 more, or actually 6 more, sorry. If you wanted to, I mean, you could do whatever you want, you know? I usually only grow the 4 veggies because I like to have them here. Sometimes you can find them on a map. I'm sure you could probably find them on this map somewhere. I just don't know exactly where they're at. But then we go into our little room here, and this just goes all the way up. I feel like I should do something else with here. I'm not sure exactly what yet. And then maybe when we get a dung beetle, we'll put some doors on this, and then we'll just have the dung beetle in here or something. But look, we got a little sitting chair while we're waiting for these dinos to poop, so I can, like, you know, put stuff actually in the bins here. We got a preserving bin, and then we got a beer barrel, which I got out of drop. I got these two things out of drops. But then we can start crafting some beer, because I feel like there's something that needs beer. Something needs beer. I think it's Dinotherium or something like that. So if I wanted to tame some, I can't exactly zoom in here because it's like, it's a full building. Can't see you through the windows. But yeah, there we go. There's a little greenhouse build. The first of many builds that we're going to be doing. I'm a little mad too. I couldn't skin this thing either, but that's okay. We don't have to look at the side. But yeah. But I would say that wraps it up for this video. So, if you found yourself enjoying any part of this episode, give it a like. And subscribe for more stuff like this. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me, and take care. I just keep getting eggs from this guy. No poop! No poop! 3 Toto eggs. Come on, man.